Good morning and a happy Thursday. Welcome to today's episode of Morning Wealth. Three things that we will talk about: Fed and retail sales roundup, oil jumps higher, Bank of England and Bank of Japan, what to expect. Asian stocks headed for a cautious start Thursday after Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell highlighted the uncertainty for an economic rebound without further stimulus, and tech shares retreated in the US. Futures are flat in Japan, while those in Hong Kong and Australia have also slipped. The S&P 500 index earlier erased gains to end the session lower after Powell said he's not sure if the faster than expected recovery will continue. A tumble in tech heavyweights such as Apple and Facebook also dragged down the index. The Treasury yield curve steepened as Powell stopped short of offering new specifics on the Fed's approach to the monthly bond purchases that have buttressed the markets. Some traders may have been expecting signals regarding plans to target longer maturities. The dollar was little changed. In its last meeting before the November election, the Fed left rates unchanged, which was widely expected, and said it now expects them to stay there through 2023. The committee's expectations for economic growth and unemployment in 2020 have grown sunnier since the last meeting. They now expect GDP to fall by 3.7% in 2020 compared with a 6.5% drop they forecast in June. They also trimmed the outlook for the fourth quarter unemployment to 7.6% from 9.3%. Meanwhile, on the retail sales, American consumers cut back on their shopping spree after the extended unemployment assistance expired. Retail sales rose 0.6%, missing the forecast of a 1% growth, and down from a revised 0.9% in July. The so-called control group sales also disappointed, falling 0.1%. Oil jumped the most since early June in New York to close above $40 a barrel, the highest level in almost 2 weeks. Shrinking US inventories and picking up in domestic refining helped mitigate concerns about oversupply. The EIA report showed nationwide stockpiles falling by about 4.39 million barrels last week, following a build-up the week prior, with gasoline holdings also declining. Earlier, the UAE added support by signaling that it will make up for the 2 months of pumping too much of oil by reducing output in the coming months. All of this added up. On the one side, you had inventories falling, and then on the other hand, you had commitment from UAE to stop producing. So all of that added up to a higher price on the crude. Broadly, energy stocks gained while technology companies, which have helped fuel the market's recent gains, pulled back. Chevron was the biggest gainer in Dow. It was up about 2.9%. Shares of FedEx rose 5.8% and was one of the best performers in the S&P 500 on the back of superior earnings, which we spoke about yesterday. Tech stocks were down. Facebook slipped about 3.3%. The Wall Street Journal reported that the Federal Trade Commission was gearing up to file a possible antitrust lawsuit against the company in a case that could challenge the company's dominant position in social media. Other tech stocks also slid. Apple was down 3%. Still, the IPO of Snowflake, a cloud-based data management provider, more than doubled, giving it a market valuation of about 70 billion. It closed at 253 on heavy volume. That 104% gain was the biggest such pop for an IPO of 1 billion or more on a US exchange since 2006. The stock ultimately closed up 112%. On the rate side, we are looking at two decisions, one from the BOE and the other from Bank of Japan. Bank of England is all but certain to keep policy unchanged, but officials are expected to lay the groundwork for yet more monetary stimulus as optimism over the UK's economic rebound fizzles out. Economists and investors predict the central bank's bond buying program will also be expanded again before the end of the year. On Bank of Japan's side, the BOJ should keep stimulus as is, and its first meeting under the new Japanese PM Suga, who said he'll follow similar policies to his predecessor. With the virus second wave abating, credit flowing, and financial markets stable, the central bank may upgrade its economic projections. On the FX side, dollar traded higher on the back of Federal Reserve's monetary policy announcement. Although the main takeaway from today's FOMC meeting is no rates for the next 3 years, the greenback strengthened just like it did after Jackson Hole, because none of this was a surprise, and rising yield also adds to the bid in the US dollar. So that's the update. Stay safe and healthy, everyone, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.